Where are the headphones, Glenn?
No,
plug that into the headphone cord. Oh, headphone cord.
Yeah, Rio, the younger Rio, and the another Russ. The Rio team pretty much. It was the Reds. They pretty much owned it. Yeah. I think it was maybe 6 or more. 0.
Oh!
Oh, nice cover, Coop! This is something I've been meaning to ask you. You know, when you went to Costa Rica, did you guys do zip lines over there? Was it the coolest thing ever?
This is the coolest thing in the world. It's great. The guy, when I first did it, I'm just like, it's just totally cool.
Right. I was meaning to ask you guys. Forever. You guys did that. I saw it on it. How was yours?
I'm sorry, on the left hand. There you go. John.
Where's the...
Come on, guys, let's get one for the half.
All right, welcome everybody to TaosSports.com. I'm Rudy Baca, your play-by-play announcer. Here on the field here, we got a great number of fans here. This is the grand opening for the Taos Eco Park here in Taos, beautiful Taos, New Mexico. To my left of me, I have Ralph Garcia, one of the announcers for TaosSports.com, and it's been a beautiful afternoon this morning, and let me tell you, this morning has been just wonderful. It just got started. We had an early game on this morning, and taking the field this morning was an interesting game. The 15-year-olds were on the field. It was the New Mexico Rush team against the Rio Vista team in a soccer game. These are club teams we're playing here, and let me remind everyone out there that this is one of the top fields in the country right now for the IFA, and this is one of the high-altitude training facilities. It was put here specifically for that reason. Today, don't forget that we will have the New Mexico Lobos taking on the University of Denver Pioneers on our 4 o'clock game. That is the premier game. But until we get there, we're going to go through a couple of other teams. We have the New Mexico Rush on the field right now, the U16 team against the Rio Vista U16 team. That means that they are 16 years old. Ralph, what do you think about that?
Wonderful talent out here, Rudy. Wonderful talent.
Absolutely, and the field is phenomenal. Let me tell you, Ralph and I were down on the field earlier, and Ralph, I mean, the field is just spectacular.
Fast track, a lot of compliments on the field. It's terrific.
Absolutely, and right now the score is 0-0 right now between these two 16-year-old clubs from Albuquerque, and they are 5 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second period, apparently, as we picked it up a little bit late this morning as we're trying to get things rocking and rolling. Don't forget, this is the Taos Eco Park grand opening. We're here on 940 Salazar Road across from Filimon Sanchez Park here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. For those of you who are out there tuned in with your live webcast on us, we'd like you to come down here as well. Of course, if you can't, stay tuned in. It's going to be activities throughout the day. We have all kinds of vendor action happening today, and Ralph will give you a little lowdown on some of the vendors that are here today.
We got the Bean in Tent 1. We got the Pebble Balloon Company, Tent 2. Wild Earth Llama Adventures. We also have Los Rios River Runners. Village of Angel Flowers also here. Taos Valley Incorporated. Taos Solar Sox. Taos. Holy Cross Hospital. That's got a lot of vendors here.
Yep, and the list goes on, and it's going to be very exciting as we focus now on the players on the field, Ralph. We know that this particular team, the Rush teams, have earlier on had a really tough game. The Rio Vista U15 team came in here and took a game 8-0 in that early game, and we had talked to some of the fans earlier, and they had mentioned that they have never been able to beat that team, and today it showed again.
Yeah, you could see the other team was just that much more talented, but they never beat them before, so they're hoping to, though.
Yeah, they always hope to come in here and beat one of the top-ranked teams, and right now this particular team, again, no score on the board as of yet. They hoisted up another 6 minutes after the break, and they're after it. Now the ball goes out of bounds on the right side. At this point, we don't have any player rosters that we need to review to, but we will get those a little bit later. These two teams have met before, is what we're hearing, and they've split it up, so it turns into a nice afternoon for soccer here. Again, let me mention this one more time for those of you who haven't gotten this yet. This is a brand new field. It is the top field for high altitude training in the country right now, and I'm hearing that it is the highest rated field in the world right now for high altitude training. Is that something right here in Taos?
Yeah, that's really amazing, Rudy. That's really amazing here in Taos.
And hopefully what we're trying to do here in Taos is trying to attract some of the bigger clubs to come down here, do some training. As we mentioned earlier on, the Lobos will be here taking the field at 4 p.m. facing the Denver Pioneers. And Ralph, Lobos, wow, tell us about them Lobos. Amazing.
Yeah, Lobos are fantastic. What was it, a couple of years ago? They made it to the national championship.
Exactly.
They lost by 1 point, so they got a really exceptionally good program happening there.
And Jerry Fishbein is the coach of that team, and they have been spectacular under his tutelage for the last 5 years. I think they've been ranked as high as #1 in the country. When last time they played the Denver Pioneers in Denver, they were ranked #1. They came out of there with a 1-0 win, and doesn't get any better than that. Jerry Fishbein, still the coach of the Lobos. We'll interview him later on today, and man, can't get any better than that, Ralph.
No, it doesn't, Rudy. It doesn't.
In this crowd, let me tell you, we have a nice crowd on hand for this early morning game. Some of the fans are enjoying some of the vending that we have out here today. Don't forget, today also on the schedule, next game up is the New Mexico Rush night team. That's the 17-year-olds. Will be taking out another Rio Vista team. Those are the 17-year-olds that are next up. Right now, again, we're watching the 16-year-olds on the field right now. Now you can see the level of competition from the 15s to the 16-year-olds is quite amazing. How the footwork is there, the forwards are really running and rushing the ball really well, the defenders playing it nicely in the backfield. It really gets to the point where it's a really good competition here, Ralphie.
Oh yeah, it's amazing talent out here. You can see future prospects for, in the collegiate level, maybe even professional level.
Yeah, absolutely. And most of these teams, the reason they came out today is a lot of them want an opportunity to get onto a Division I team, a Division II team. We also have tomorrow on tap the Grizzlies from Alamosa, and Grizzlies do a lot of recruiting here in Taos. A lot of our high school kids get an opportunity to go out to Adams State College with the Grizzlies. We've had several of our basketball team go out there, soccer, track and field. They attract a lot of our students, being that they are a Division II school, and man, it's just a fantastic school. We can't say enough about them recruiting our kids, as well as UNM Taos here in Taos, one of the branches here in Taos that is the sister of the main campus in Albuquerque, where Fishbein and the Lobos are from. So we're really proud to have all of those folks here today. And another miss, if you saw that on the field right now. And we can't say enough about today's sponsors, the town of Taos, of course, the the Wild Earth folks, Friday Motors also, the OBL, Cisco State Farm, the Bean, a High Pod, the Taos Tigers, Taos Solar, Radio. Of course, you want DMC Broadcasting, also one of the special sponsors for us, Studio Carina, the Taos News, Holy Cross Hospital, IDG Architects, those Rio River Runners, Village of Taos Ski Valley, High Pod. It's the names go on and on. I want to thank all of you for showing your sponsorship and being a part of this really great event here today. Now, some of the forwards for the Rush team looking to make a move here on the Vista team, and there's a move to the middle, and there's a nice save by the Rio Vista Challengers, and there's ball will go out of bounds down here in front of us. So as we take it down on the field, and Ralph, as we look at the field, this thing is amazingly put down. It sort of is. This is an artificial field, Ralph.
Yeah, it doesn't get no better than this. Really, we were out there evaluating earlier, and has lots of bounce on it. To me, it looks very natural.
And you know, we interviewed some of the players this morning, trying to get some of their reactions to the field, and some of their reactions were that the field was very, very, very nice. You could do some nice turns. It was very crisp. But one of the things that they mentioned, that they had a high bounce on the ball. I wonder if that affects anything out there, Ralph.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I mean, it's you actually got to actually time yourself in order to get to the ball and play good defense. And also, I spoke to some people out there earlier, and they said this was the best field they ever played in.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the players had mentioned that earlier on as well, that this field and some of the other fields that they have played on, this one is very superior to what they are used to.
Yeah, that's true.
So again, I want to mention to everybody that this is the grand opening of the brand new Taos Eco Park here in Taos, New Mexico. Up here, high altitude is the key for most players, as altitude is something that players strive for throughout their careers, as it creates something. It creates that level of shapeness, if I want to say it correctly, Ralph, as you come up here and you can breathe hard, but if you have that with you, it creates a lot better in terms of their physical attributes. It enhances that.
Yeah, especially when you go down to sea level, it really helps you a lot.
It gives your stamina up, and let me tell you, it really does something. Here's a shot on the inside that'll just go out of there, and that was a shot by the Rio Vista team trying to get something to happen here. Still the score 0-0, 13-33 up on the scoreboard right now. As we continue with this game, we're going to have games throughout the day, and here comes the forwards looking to get something going for Rio Vista, and still trying to hang in it. Right in the middle of the field now, trying to clear it out. And there's the tip, and here comes the Rush team. There's a pass way down deep, and that one will probably, and tries to save it, and then it goes out of bounds on the left side, and that will go back over to the Rush team. Get back over to Rio Vista, and the Rush tries to steal it with the defenders back, midfielders trying to take something to happen here right in the middle of the field. And here comes the Rush team. Actually, that is the Rio Vista team. It's a pass on the inside, and that will go all the way to the goalie. The goalie will clear it, and here comes the Rush team as they try to get something. The defenders defended that one nicely. There's the shot up to the front, and there's a battle for the ball on the right side of the field, and then they clear it out. And Rio Vista trying to get something happening as they will clear it to the middle of the field. Referees right on this thing. There's a pass, and it's going to be who can outrun this ball. They'll kick it over to the goalie, and he'll quickly clear it out. Goes all the way to midfield from the midfielders. The defenders trying to get it up on top, and that will go out of bounds at the center of the field. Don't forget, more of the sponsors we'd like to take for you, and again, with the sponsor list, we'll give Ralph to it.
We got the Taos News, we got the Lone Mountain Construction Media Tent, we also have KTAOS DMC Broadcasting, New Mexico Army National Guard. What else we got here? Wanda Quintana State Farm, Stilt Walkers.
And the list is continuing to grow as we keep going here. Don't forget, again, I can't say this enough out there as we're just getting started here with broadcasting this game, as we have the Taos Eco Park grand opening here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. For those of you who have never been to Taos, we're in the northern part of New Mexico in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, and it's just a beautiful morning as we're getting on 11:05 in the morning. We got 16 minutes hoisted up on the game clock. The score between these two clubs, the New Mexico Rush 16-year-olds against the Rio Vista 16-year-old team, and yet to score anything earlier on. Ralph, that was an interesting game this morning at 8 a.m. with again the same two clubs in the 15-year-old division.
It was 8-0, and it was pretty much one-sided, but you commend the other team for having good defense too, and offensive too. They were there.
Definitely off when you score 8 goals in a game. That's pretty darn good offense. So right now the Rio Vista team trying to get something to happen here as they get the ball to the center and getting it to the forwards there, and the defenders doing a good job trying to keep it away from them. Then the rear defender sends it packing on this side. Nice header there by the Rio Vista team. And then Rio Vista trying to protect here. They don't want to be offsides here, so they're going to be very careful to see if they can continue to play well. And there's a drop. Somebody got kicked in the knee there. Those hurt. And here comes the New Mexico Rush team trying to make some advancements. Nice pass on the right side is just taken away. And there's going to be a shot on the ball. There's a shot just wide to the left side. Wow, that was interesting. So the New Mexico Rush with a shot there. Doesn't go in, but it looked good from our end. It was just shy of the goal. So Rio Vista will get it back here, as that went out of bounds on the Rush team. Again, don't forget, Lobos will take the field today at 4 p.m. and we can't say enough about the New Mexico Lobos, who have been for the past 5 years, 3 of those years in the top 25. At one point they were ranked #1, Ralph. What does that say about soccer in New Mexico? You know, when we were growing up, soccer wasn't very popular, and you know that in particular has really made strides in converting, getting support for this very popular sport right now.
Yeah, it's about time they made a wonderful soccer field for our kids. And also I'd like to commend Michael Hensley, who is in charge of the high school program. He's doing an exceptionally good job there.
Absolutely, and the high school kids, again, today, Ralph and I and Jake Mosman will probably do some broadcasting for the Lobo game. Jake Mosman, coach for the high school. He's been the president of the New Mexico Youth Soccer League here in New Mexico. He was the president of the Taos Youth Soccer League as well, so can't say enough about the interest and all the support that we've been getting from the community over this.
Yeah, Jake has done a wonderful job too. He's also been a what was it, Man of the Year here in Taos?
Yeah, definitely. Citizen of the Year.
Citizen of the Year.
Yeah. So we look forward to have him in the booth with us later on today, and it's going to be very, very exciting. Again, right now on the field is the two teams that are 16-year-olds, the New Mexico Rush team, Rio Vista, and they have played their hearts out here for these very appreciative fans. And if we look out to the right, the sea of cars on this field right now, it's very impressive at this point. Early on, I'm sure it'll get a little bit better as we continue down this road. We got, of course, we're from TaosSports.com doing the live feed for you. We will be throughout the day doing player interviews, coach interviews, and of course doing the play-by-play for most of the games here today. Ralph Garcia, part of the team here, has been with us for a number of years, helping us out in terms of being part of the engineering team, doing the camera work for us, and also stepping in for some of the absent announcers here today. So It's been a pleasure to work with all of this staff. We've been doing this for a number of years. The sports program here in Taos has been very successful throughout the years. This year basketball was very, very highly rated. So both girls and boys for high school, where we pretty much do a lot of our broadcasting. But today, the focus is on soccer, the Taos Eco Park grand opening here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. As we got a free kick down here on the field right now, as a penalty had come out, there's going to be a corner kick. And as we view the rush team with the corner kick into the middle of the field, and oh, just goes out of there, and it goes out of bounds. It was tipped right at the goal. Interesting.
We're still scoreless here already.
Yeah, indeed. So at this point, they'll bring it on out. The goalie for the Vista team will send it in play, and it headers off, and here comes the midfielder. Nice pass to the left side, nice footwork, goes to the middle of the field, and here comes the forward. He's got a nice run to it. He's going to go to the inside. He's looking for a pass. Nice footwork, stops cold, nice dribbling. Goes back to one of the midfielders, goes up to the forward, pass to the outside, and then cleared out. No penalty there. Free play. Goes to the right side, up to one of the forwards. Actually, that's a midfielder. And player on the floor. Nice footwork. And there's the kick to the inside. Wants a header. Header off the... And here's a control. Goes to the left side, and then it's stolen away. And here's a run, and that will fly and go out of bounds. And that will stay with the Rio Vista team off the foot of the rush. And Rio Vista trying to get it in there. There's a hand. Didn't call it. And then the teams, and we have an absolutely fabulous view from where we're sitting. We're right at midfield here on the bleachers, and this is a great view here, Ralph.
That's wonderful. Still scoreless, though. Defense will create offense, Rudy.
Absolutely. So we're trying to see some of that right now. There's a shot on the inside. Back, the Vista team clears it. Looking to clear it out. Waiting for some teams to catch up. And that will be offsides if they go too far, and they'll just clear it out to the rush goalie. And the rush goalie will kick it back in to one of the defenders. And the defender will take it up right into the center of the field, and there's a penalty. That's tripping. So that'll be a tripping on the New Mexico rush, and it'll be a free kick from there. There's the kick.
Footwork on these young kids, Rudy, it's amazing.
They have, and let me tell you, these kids are from a lower sea level than us down in Albuquerque. Not much more than us, but definitely something that they need to train on. Is this particular field is just that for high altitude. And here's the forward for the Rio Vista team. They get it to the center of their field. They're looking for a shot. No, nothing there. Nice footwork there. Lose it to the rush team, and that'll be kicked out of bounds. And it'll stay here with Rio Vista. So Rio Vista, apparently the visiting team, the guests on the scoreboard, and they try to get it over here to one of the midfielders, and there's a nice pass, a give and go, nothing there happened, a little off the mark. And here comes the rush team on the right side, midfielder looking for a shot. That is a nice pass if he can catch up to what he does, and he'll take a shot on the corner and the inside. Oh no, it just goes out of, stays in bed, it goes out of bounds, and they had an opportunity there, Ralph.
Oh, that was close.
So with that in mind, it's another corner kick for the rush team, and They have had success in the past. I've managed to see a couple of these rush games with this particular level, and they really excel when they hit it from the corner. They got all the guys piled up in the middle trying to get it in on a header. Here's the shot. There's the header, and it goes out of bounds. If you notice, that's usually the way they like to score, from the corner. They shoot it on in, look for the header, look for something high, and they're really accurate with that thing. It's really amazing how they get that to happen. So the rush team trying to clear as they get the ball, and then it's sitting out of bounds, so rush will get it back here as Rio Vista gets it out of bounds. And again, this field is the top-rated field for high altitude, the only one in the country right now, Ralph. Isn't that amazing? I can't believe that.
And also in the process of building two more fields.
Yep. So a lot more to come in the future for the Taos folks. You should be very proud of what the Sports Alliance, the Taos Municipal Schools, the town of Taos has accomplished here. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about the kids. And this is what is happening right now. As you can see, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17 and 18-year-olds playing on our field today. And of course, Division I colleges come into play in Taos today.
Oh, I can hardly wait to see the Lobos there, Rudy. Too bad we're going to be busy working.
Indeed, we'll be busy working here. But nonetheless, a treat for the Taos folks here. For those of you who are out there just looking on, we urge you to come out to the field today and look at your New Mexico Lobos. They have a very successful program. Jerry Fishbein, the coach for the Lobos, is all of that. Here's a front runner. He's got and just got tripped up. We don't see a flag of any kind. And it cleared out. Then a header off the Rio Vista team, and it goes out of bounds, and the rush will get it back. Off the corner, deep, and that will go all the way back to the goalie, and he will clear it out. So there's the kick for the rush team. And up to the middle, and there's a shot. He has to wait for the teams. There's a nice pass, and that just went off the rush header, and then the rush will clear it out. And there's a nice save. Header, perfectly put. Midfielder to midfielder. Now trying to looking for a forward to get into the action. All tripped up, and you can see all the foot action happening here as these guys are great with their feet. They're working for the pass, waiting for the teams to run up. And here comes the rush team on the corner. There's a shot. Just misses. Nice work by the goalie there to get that out of there for the Rio Vista team, Ralph.
Rudy, isn't it just a gorgeous day to be over here with it's grand opening. We're probably like in the 60s, no wind. Beautiful day.
Yep, it doesn't get any better than that, Ralph. You're absolutely right about that. This is something that we really didn't anticipate. Yesterday was weather from didn't know what was going to happen today. So when things do happen in the positive sense, I think positive results always ends up taking control. So the rush get one off of a tight hit on the inside, managed to get it in. We didn't get who the player was on that particular play, but the rush take a 1-0 lead here as this game is close. 1-0. We hadn't had a score in quite some time from these teams, but now the rush team has taken a 1-0 lead. Rio Vista with the ball right now. Ball with the midfielders is still going back. There's the clear out by the nice kick, high arching kick, and nice header by the rush team. Rio Vista gets it back here. Rio Vista trying to get something to happen, and the goalie picks that up for rush, and rush team will bring it out. So here comes the rush team up the right side of the field, and goes and has somebody up front, but that'll be offsides. And now we'll go back to rush. So, with an offsides call here, we'll get it over to the Rio Vista team, and they'll take it from there. There's the kick. Back out. Rush team trying to control this thing as Rio Vista trying to do something with it. There's the kick, and you see how high these guys get those legs to catch that ball. It's almost as putting up their hands up that high. So now the rush team back to the midfielders trying to get something to develop here, and then they'll clear it back out. And the rush goalie will then take it over to one of the defenders on the left side. And there's the defender. He's going to go all the way up, and then he's going to pass it on out to one of the forwards. And there's a shot, and that is cleared out by the Rio Vista team. Looks for a play, waits for the team to come in. There it is. That's touched, so that's a legal play, and it'll go up front, and that will be cleared out by the rush goalie. Go over here to one of the defenders on the right side of the field for the rush team, and he'll bring it up. Passes it to one of the midfielders. Back over to him on a give and go. And then this side it goes, and Rio Vista will take control as the pass was missed. Nice footwork there, nice dribbling. There's the clear out, back over to the defenders for the Rio Vista team. The defenders back out, and then the rush team will get it with a forward. There's a pass, a give and go. Who wanted that give and go, couldn't get it. Here's back this way. It'll be a battle forward here at midfield. The rush clear it out. Defender get it up to the midfielders. One of the defenders on the left side bringing it up the left side of the field. And the rush team doing well here. And again, I want to remind everybody we're here at Taos, New Mexico with the grand opening of the Taos Eco Park. And one of the top fields in the country, Ralph, in terms of high altitude training. And we've seen it all here today already.
Yeah, we have.
Some of the things that we've seen this morning, we had a player interviews this morning. We're kind of curious what the kids were going to say about the field, and they had a lot to say about it.
They loved it, really. Three individuals that we talked to, 3 players, they said that it was a high-speed field, very bouncy, and they enjoyed it. They said that this was the best field they ever played in.
Yeah, and that is very, very well said. Is the players, if they enjoy what they play on, it just brings out the talent that much better. And again, now we're getting maybe a 5-mile-an-hour wind coming from the northeast, actually the northwest, and it's been something that we thought we'd get earlier on, but we might get a little in here today, but consequently it's been a wonderful morning as of yet. And again, the rush goalie clears it out, goes over here to this side, header by Rio Vista. Rio Vista trying to do something with it. Stretch it out. Get it to the top of the field. There's a rush player, the forward, trying to make some moves. And he will get it kicked out of bounds by the Rio Vista team.
It's a good defensive effort there, really.
Yeah. So again, we'll get another corner kick, and we mentioned that earlier, that these guys play this kind of like, you know, we hit it to the middle of the field, try a header, and let's see what happens again, Ralph. So as we line this thing up, they're trying to get something going here. The ball will be put for the rush on the corner, and again, they're going to try that corner kick. They'll bounce it, crowd it up in the middle. There's the crowd. There's the kick. And there's the header. Nothing there. So, a miss there by the rush, who have had plenty of opportunities today, who lead this game 1-0 with 34 mins up on the clock again. Just off the mark, and that's going to roll. He just picks it out of there. Rush still with it. Rush with a pass here on the inside, back over into the inside. And Rio Vista back outside. The defenders pick it out. There's a shot by the defender, and it's in! what a shot by the midfielder for the rush team. And that was spectacular. As you heard the fans out here really excited here today. That was a very nice shot from the New Mexico Rush, who take a 2-0 lead now, Ralph. These rush teams, the early team 8-0, now this rush team 2-0. Kind of one-sided here tonight.
Kind of like a sweep, I guess we can call it.
Working on that, as we could say. Working on that sweep for the rush team.
Like a pro farm.
And I'm sure Rio Vista loves to play this rush team because the talent is absolutely there, apparently. This is the...
There's a kick.
Another kick, just saved.
Good job.
By the goalie.
Good job.
So the goalie gets a save there. As and here comes the Rio Vista team. And the rush team will try to attack that, and that will go out of bounds, stays with the rush. Next up is going to be the 17-year-olds, and again, it'll be the New Mexico Rush against the Rio Vista 17-year-olds. Next game on tap, and that was scheduled for 1:30. This game will proceed as advertised, and the weather couldn't get any better. As a matter of fact, I'm getting a little warm right now.
Yeah, it's probably close to about 60 degrees there, Rudy.
Yeah. A little header there by the rush team, as Rio Vista trying to get something to happen here as they trail 2-0 right now. And the rush team looks like they take it away, and they're going to send it forward to the forwards. It's going to be a rush on the ball, and just the goalie saves it, just as they were trying to get something at rush team again. There's a miss, no penalty there. There's a middle kick to the inside, couldn't get the pass to that forward, and then the defenders here comes the forwards. There's a pass, goes to the left side. Rio Vista looking for something to happen here as they get it on the inside. There's a nice pass for Rio Vista, couldn't handle the pass, and the rush take it away. Man, what footwork from these guys. So here comes the New Mexico Rush with a pass on the inside. This could be a shot right here. No, passes it to the outside. And then that was a penalty. That was an offsides, apparently. I don't see how it could have offsides way down here, but it's the rush team again. Give and go for this guy. Nice pass to the inside for himself. Shot.
Saved by the goalie.
And here comes the rush team again with another shot on the inside. Oh, just missed it on the outside. So, as this game progresses, we've got 38 minutes in. Now this is the second period in this particular game. 2-0, the New Mexico Rush up on top. This is club play from Albuquerque. And a lot of our kids here in Taos do some club play. One of your nephews on one of the Rush teams a few years back won a state championship, bro.
Yeah, one of my nephews, he's actually went to college up in California. And
Occidental?
Yeah.
Occidental University. He was supposed to be with us today, but he got tied up at the airport down in California and missed a flight. Had a couple of canceled flights for some odd reason. Called me earlier, apologized that he was not going to be able to make it today due to flying issues. So We're sorry about that, folks, that Ryan Trujillo won't make it today, but he sends his apologies and wishes he could be here, believe me. Don't forget, this is the grand opening for the brand new Taos Eco Park here in Taos, New Mexico. For those of you who are just joining us here this morning, we're in our second game of a 6-game lineup for today. We still have the 17 and 18-year-olds coming onto the field. Again, the premier game today is the New Mexico Lobos taking on the Denver Pioneers in the 4 o'clock game. And then the final game of the day will be the Taos United FC co-ed soccer team against the Rio Vista Millionaires. And that should be a lot of fun.
I look forward to seeing that game.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun here.
A lot of fun.
And there's the whistle. And that'll pretty much do it. Second half, and the New Mexico Rush, 16-year-olds on top, 2-0.